All right, what's up, kids? Anthony Laporta Jr. In home fitness and health, all about health, happiness, and success. So, my question is, do we reopen the country and when? Now, I would love everyone to give your comments below, but I would like them to please remain respectful. And I'm honestly not making it even political or trying not to, because I don't have the answer, right? I'm going to give you an opinion. And on top of that, another opinion that I have is that anyone out there that is answering this question is also giving their opinion, okay? So that includes our political figures from the president all the way down. That includes the medical professionals, all of them. Because this situation is so enormous to grasp, so complicated, and so many unknowns that it's granted should be for the leaders to be a more educated decision, but it's still an opinion. Hopefully they're using as many facts as they can get. Statistics are a huge part of making this decision, and that's basically what we have to count on as a nation to try to go forward with our lives. So regarding, the coronavirus, COVID, and reopening the country, and my opinion, because I've seen so many people posting very angrily about anyone who wants to open is a horrendous human being. And then the other side is saying, if we don't open and you feel that way, you're a horrendous human being. And again, both of those are opinions. And for the common person, even very intelligent people, those opinions are based on information that they're gathering from sources that sadly are playing a political game and are looking after their own best interest and not our best interest in many cases. So, when I see someone so definitive about their right when it comes to these topics, I fucking want to punch them in the face and be like, you are fucking wrong. Why? Because that's your opinion, right? So if I tell you how I feel about the president and you feel the exact opposite, which one of us is right? In our own head, we are both right? If I thought I was wrong and I felt that way, I would be, I guess, in a mental institution, which I may not be far off from. You see what I'm trying to get at here? Like, even for highly intelligent people, many topics come down to an opinion, which, yes, if you're intelligent, you are basing it off of educated information. Again, much of that information, which is not very trustworthy in all directions. This is not me taking a side politically or for or against the virus. I'm just saying that there's so much we don't know that when you're adamant about you being right and the other person being wrong, you're part of the fucking problem. You have to be more open to the we don't know part of this. So let's get back to my opinion. What is my opinion here? My opinion is that if we reopen too soon and we have another wave of what's going on, right? This is going to be very bad for people. And a lot more people will die than the tragic amounts that have already passed away. I did something on my phone. I don't know what it is. Hopefully it goes away. Anyway, and I'm not an idiot. I'm a very compassionate human being. I've had people pass away. And just so you know, I have spoken to, I don't know, like 24 people in the last 2 weeks about how they feel about this topic. That includes my medical community friends, my personal trainer friends, my business owner friends. It includes a pediatrician. It includes a orthopedic surgeon, several nurses, and a couple of PAs, all people that are above my intelligence level regarding the virus and in many other ways as well. So I'm getting a lot of input, and guess what? I'm so happy that those people I spoke to have all basically kind of said to me that they don't know. Like, they're giving their opinion. And that's what you have to understand. Like, even the president, the governor of whatever state, they're doing the best they... listen, these people are not sleeping. You know, even though they're playing politics, they have a really tough scenario right now. So you have to decide at some point what we're going to do and what's an acceptable risk. And then you get to decide that for yourself. You know, like, people are mad about wanting to open a gym or a hair salon. No one's telling you you have to go there. That's up to you. So my opinion is this. Living in New York City, what I see is there's only so much time that we can continue to tank the economy until it becomes significantly more dangerous than the virus. That's my opinion. So if I'm forced to answer, when do we reopen the country? I'm thinking no later than, since it's already May 14th, I'd say no later than June 15th. There's a lot of work that is seasonal that could benefit from being open over the summer. I also believe that that would give us, let's say, 6 to 8 weeks to assess what happens so that we can see, are we going to reopen the schools in September or not? If we wait until the middle of August to do the opening, then we won't have enough data to determine that answer. And that's a huge concern of mine, having a 10-year-old daughter. So I think that's my answer. Am I right? No. Maybe. We don't know. That's my point. So from all the information I've read, watched, heard, from the various people I've spoken to, and then just from my own level of common sense and thoughts about risk, that's the date I would suggest we do at the latest. And you might have a different opinion, and I respect that. But at some point, you have to make a decision, right? So I love analogies and things like that. So sorry if I'm not rambling or ranting crazily, but I really wanted to get some honest opinions on this because it's not an easy question. So if we're at the roulette table, okay, and someone says to you, hey, would you bet your life on you have to pick red or black? Would you bet your life? Obviously, no one would make that bet, right? Even if the reward was, $20 million, whatever. You're not going to bet your life on the red and black question. Now, if you've ever seen The Deer Hunter, and they're being forced to play the gun to the head game and Russian roulette, and would you not pull the trigger if the option was, if I don't pull the trigger, the guy behind me with the gun is going to shoot me, right? So you have to understand that anyone who is trying to answer the question of when to open the country, you've got red, right? And if that doesn't come out and they open the country too soon and people get sick again, okay, they fucked up. And there's a lot of very horrible ramifications to that. Now, if they chose black, they keep the country closed. And what is already going on is increase in crime, increase in domestic violence, which is terrible, increase in drug and alcohol abuse. And I have a lot of friends on the force, and all of those things are currently happening regardless of what the news says or doesn't say. So you have to consider, if you stay closed another 8 weeks, all of those numbers are going to go up. So at what point is it that the damage of the virus is now less than the damage of the other problems? And I don't know the answer to that, and neither do you. So if we're in Atlantic City at the roulette table, And I have to pick red, open the country, black, keep the country closed. And I don't want to pick, but the guy has the rifle to the head behind me. I'm going to have to pick. And guess what we didn't talk about? Those fucking two numbers, 0 and 00, damn it. Those fucking two green numbers. Those are like the unknowns here, right? So red and black at the roulette table is not a 50-50 guess. It's less because 2 of the 38 numbers are green. So, I mean, think about if someone, we're all at different stages of finance and how this is affecting you. But let's say we look at a lot of people in this country that are in a very poverty area, but these are good people that they're working 60, 80 hours a week just to survive and feed their family. And now the restaurant or wherever they work or the contractor or whoever they work for is not working and they're not getting paid. And maybe they're the most wonderful human being on the planet, but maybe they don't qualify for any of the stimulus. Maybe they can't get unemployment. And at some point, they're going to have to feed their family. What would you do to feed your kid? I would go out and rob. Maybe worse, depending on the severity of the situation. My kid's going to die, I'd kill the whole fucking neighborhood. Fuck you. Sorry. I hope you would do the same for your kid. I would totally understand that. So that's what we all have to have the open mind thought process on when you're deciding to keep it closed or open it. It's not as simple as, fuck you, we need to make money, open up, and if you say no, you're an asshole. And it's also not as simple as anyone who wants to open is horrible. I mean, I've heard people say, I hope your family gets it. Like, that's, you're trying to be the good person, and then you say, I hope you get it. Like, that's horrendous. It's insane. So, comment below if you had, God forbid, the gun to your head. You wake up tomorrow morning, it's decided that the governor of each state will be allowed to decide when they open. Put down your state and when you would open, if you're willing to play that game. So what state do you live in, and what date would you open if you were forced to make that decision? And I'm really hoping for anyone who I would like to remain friends with for the rest of my life, that you agree with me. These are unanswerable questions, but when forced to answer, you have to roll the dice, right? Someone breaks in your house and they say, pick which one of the 2 kids you have that I'm gonna shoot. And if you don't pick within 5 seconds, I shoot all 3 of you. I don't know. How do you answer those questions? They're insane. And what we're faced with right now is insane. But at some point, I guess, answers will have to be made. And they're also being made, sadly, on biases of politics and personal preferences, and not just the good for not only our country, but the whole world. If our economy tanks to a certain level, the number of worldwide deaths is going to far outweigh this virus. That's my opinion. That's why I'm sticking with June 15th. Let's hear what you got. Health, happiness, and success.